Okay, I think I'm ready now. I just realized I didn't put an intro to my story, so I'm gonna wing it.
Okay. That's right. Hello,
Hello.
everybody, and welcome to Ghoul Society.
That's my big sister, Jamie.
And that's my little sister, Sara. We are grateful to be recording on the unceded stolen territories of the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations and the Lekwungen and Wasanich peoples, whose historical relations with the land continue to this day. As uninvited guests, we are committed to disrupting racism and colonial violence within ourselves, our families, and our communities. By listening to this podcast, you've officially been inducted into the Ghoul Society. I didn't look at the tab. I kept my eyes down low, so
Okay.
I didn't see any tabs.
Okay.
Sarah let me read it off her computer.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
And it's Sunday and we're recording.
And it's Sunday, and it's Sunday for you.
And it's Sunday for us.
But it's future Sunday for you, because this episode will come out, like, in a long time.
Yep. How's the future going?
Is it warm yet?
When will this come out? It's pretty warm out, I think.
I know. No, it actually is pretty warm out. I just wore my quilted jacket over my sweater.
Like yesterday when we were hiking, most of the time I was just in my like thermal long sleeve and that's it. I didn't have a sweater.
This episode will come out March 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah.
In like a month. Yeah, today's the 23rd.
Exactly a month.
Did you know that February and March are the same?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, the calendar days are lining up with the days of the week for both February and March.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because February is just a little shorty porty.
Yeah, February is just
Do
a
they
little
always
baby.
line up, maybe? I just never knew. Because of the
Well,
28-day thing.
No. Oh, do they?
I think so. Because 28 is divisible by 4.
Makes sense to me.
We keep looking at the calendar.
I don't know.
4 times 7 is 28. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Woo! Go brain! I've been studying for a psych exam that I have on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of evil right after reading break. Eating break. Reading and eating break.
I had that like all the time, so that was the norm for
annoying.
me.
Well, I also had an assignment due during reading break.
That's evil.
So I spent the first 3 days of reading break doing.
Well, that's evil.
I
Because
know.
it's reading break, so fuck you.
I know. I feel the same way. But also, it's fine.
But also...
It's fine. It's fine. She's a good teacher. I like her, so I don't want to diss her too hard.
So she gets a pass?
Yes, she gets a pass. But only because of the type of assignment it was and why. So
Got it.
Yeah, she gets a pass. But otherwise, yeah, fuck off. So yeah, but I woke up so late. I woke up 5 minutes before Sarah was planning to be here.
Yeah, I keep on being late, and I don't know why.
It's okay. I don't care. I was just checking because I wanted to make sure you weren't like dead or something. But I guess if you were, then you wouldn't have answered.
2-minute drive.
I know, but you know, accidents are more likely to happen like within a 5-kilometer radius of your house.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
or something like that. Oh yeah,
Wait,
I slept
what?
in
Oh, yeah.
till like 9.
Yeah, I keep doing that too.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Because normally I'm up at like 7, though I use an alarm.
Yeah.
But I was, maybe because of our hike yesterday. Hiking is hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is a PSA. Hiking is really hard, turns out.
Yeah.
I forgot because I haven't been doing it for so long. I'd like to try. I said this before. I'd like to try to go like every week.
Yeah.
And it's not actually that challenging to go like out. It depends. If you're trying to go past Langford, then it's kind of more of a pain in the ass. But if you just go to like Mount Work area, it's not so bad.
That's true.
So, yeah. Anyways, what have you been up to? How's your running going?
Listen.
Yeah, look.
It's been going well, but my stupid knees
Oh no.
making me go to physio again.
No.
Yeah, stupid knees. It's, you know what it is?
What?
My butt is weak.
Oh.
My
Right.
stupid butt is weak. Like, what?
You need to strengthen your butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually it. That's the problems that I'm having.
Yeah.
I have to strengthen my butt muscles. So
Yeah.
I'm doing that. But no, it's going good because I hit a milestone, and this probably isn't a lot for anybody, but this is a lot for me, and I can run for 3 minutes.
Yay!
Which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yesterday I did 3-minute
job.
run, 2-minute recovery, and I did it 4 times. So
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's really awesome.
yeah.
Wow, soon you're gonna be 4-1, and then you're just gonna be zoom.
Yeah, I know.
You're closing the gap.
Yeah, so yeah, the race is in 10 weeks.
Oh,
12
you're
weeks.
good.
Yeah, so I still have time, but I have to start like progressing a bit more.
Mm. I also, honestly, I think it's harder to run and walk and run and walk sometimes. Like it's mentally
Really?
more challenging. I find if I'm running and I stop to walk and I have to start running again, I'm like, fuck this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think that.
Yeah, that's fair. And it could be different for everyone.
I find it really daunting to have to just run forever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get so tired.
Well, did you know that it's actually just more of a mental thing?
Yeah, I know.
So it's like you just gotta push past that. Also, I need new hiking boots.
Yeah.
Anyway, because we'll do some hikes in the summer when I get back from Smithers. Do you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yippee! Well, should we talk about things?
Yeah. You know what I just realized is that there's a Ghost Adventures episode from my story, and I didn't know, and so I didn't watch it, and now I feel really embarrassed.
Oh no. Have you watched all the Ghost Adventures?
I've never seen Ghost Adventures.
Oh. Okay, me neither.
But
I was gonna ask, should I watch them?
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, why not?
But they're kind of fakey wakey, right?
Are they? See, I'm
don't know.
confused about it.
Here's the thing. I've been watching so much ghost stuff on YouTube for the last few years that I think I ghosted myself out. But sometimes it's still too scary.
Oh, yeah.
And I realize when I take a break and I only watch, say, Bob's Burgers,
Yeah.
and I don't watch anything
Yeah.
scary, I actually feel better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then I so badly crave to
Yeah.
watch the spooky thing.
I know.
I don't
I
understand.
don't know.
I really don't understand.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's so annoying.
I get that. I've been watching a lot of Twin Paranormal, so thanks for that.
Dude, fuck. I love them so much. I was gonna start watching them, like, from the very beginning.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, like really, really beginning, before they were even really trying to ghost hunt, but they were, but, like, they were doing it really bad.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And that was really fun, too, because it feels less spooky. Because their production value is so high, I feel like when it's high production value, it feels scarier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, I find, yeah, Twin Paranormal is definitely spookier than, like, Sam and Colby.
Yeah.
Like, way.
I think so.
But I've really liked watching Explore with Josh. His,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
abandoned videos, and sometimes he does ghost hunting and stuff.
Yeah.
But he'll do, like, abandoned things kind of all over the world, which is really cool. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, that's what Sam and Colby did before they did Ghosties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you watched all of those? Because I have.
Yeah. I have.
You've exhausted them.
Yeah, I need a break from those two, I think. But I still
Yeah.
love them so much. But I'm like, just a little break. I also think I need to go back to Bailey Sarian.
Yeah, I haven't watched her in a while either, so should probably do that.
Yeah. I've been missing her.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing?
Oh my god, Sam and Colby literally went to this guy. I'm such a fucking idiot. What the fuck?
Then I'm gonna
Literally,
know the
what
story because I've seen all their videos. So I was pulling it up right now. That's why I was gonna say, like, oubliette. What's an oubliette? I know what an oubliette is. Hey, you know what you should do?
What?
This intro's so long. People are gonna be like, "Get on with it," you know, from Monty Python. And they're like, "Get on with it."
Yeah.
I mean, I know that you have your physio things, but the thing that I find that's like really intense glute, if you can get your foot positioning right, is hip thrusts.
Oh, yeah.
With like on a bench with a barbell.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should do that for your,
Yeah.
make your butt big.
Well, and I'm confused because I was doing that. Like, I've been pretty bad at working out now because I'm doing so many other things. But when I was really working out like 2 months ago, I was always doing that.
Oh.
So I'm like, why is my butt so...
And were you doing hamstring curls and stuff too?
I can't do hamstring curls. We don't have like machines at work.
You can do it on a ball. You like lay on your back and then you put your heels on the ball and then you like push yourself up and then you pull the ball toward you. Like a manual hamstring curl.
Like what kind of ball?
Like an exercise ball.
Oh, we don't have those.
What? Sorry, I fell off a cliff. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay,
I can't believe
ready.
I watched I've seen this video because I've watched all of Sam and Colby.
That's so funny.
I'm so upset.
I'm not.
Okay, well, this is gonna suck, so hold on to your butt.
Okay. It's not gonna suck. I'm excited because I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn it. Sara is busy, so she doesn't have as much time to be writing that many stories. But she's the one that does most of the ghost stories. So I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to start doing ghost stories. And then I'm going to get so scared because it's actually scary when you write out the stories for some reason. It feels scarier. But I didn't do a ghost
scared
story.
writing this out. I was watching Avatar. I'm rewatching Avatar. Okay. This is a little embarrassing. Okay. I watched the whole first season of Avatar yesterday.
That's amazing.
There's like 20 episodes.
Well, I'm on season 14 of Bob's Burgers.
Nice.
And I was on season 5 like
2 weeks ago.
No, like 3 a month ago.
Yeah.
That's 9 seasons.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway. I'm glad you watched that.
Thanks. Me too.
Okay, here's a story now. Skippers, this is where you want to be. Yeah. Beep, beep, attention, skippers. Stop here. Okay.
We're headed to a place that's...
This is going bad. This is going poorly.
Oh no.
No one's ever going to pick us up. No one's ever going to listen. This podcast is just going to fade into nothingness. Okay.
We're headed to Ireland. Where? Cool Dairy. Where's that? I don't know. It's in...
She didn't even look it up. Okay.
I have it right here.
Like, is it northern, southern?
It's you know, it's like in the middle.
Oh,
it's like in the middle.
Central Ireland. Perfect.
It's 6 kilometers north of Roscrea. I definitely said that wrong.
You said it right.
Did I?
Roscrea.
Okay,
perfect.
Which is just a little market town of 5,000 people.
Love it. I want to live there.
And where are we headed? Leap Castle.
Yay!
Dun, dun, dun. Also known as one of the most haunted castles in the world.
Wait, is this the video where they go, like, when Sam goes down to the river?
Is that this one? No, that was Dracula's castle, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was Dracula's castle. But anyway, so it's thought to have been built in the early 1500s by the O'Bannon clan, who were secondary chieftains under the ruling of the O'Carroll clan. And the O'Carrolls were known to be super violent and cunning in attempts of domination, and so they just wanted whatever they could take. They said, that's mine, and then they killed everybody.
Yeah. Whoa.
And so their history begins with John O'Carroll, who's thought to be the first Prince of I think it's El, which is a petty kingdom in the southern part of Offaly, which is the county that the castle is in.
Mm-hmm.
So John lived at the castle, and it's likely that he was responsible for the construction of the oldest sections of the castle. And so anyway, he dies from the plague. R.I.P. John.
Classic.
And he was succeeded by his son Mulrooney, who was known for his strength, bravery, and valor. He passed in 1532, so his reign wasn't that long, I guess. And was succeeded by his son, ready for this name?
Yeah.
Fiergenheim.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice name.
He wasn't very nice.
Oh. Well, there's literally the word fear in his name.
Yeah, so he's rumored to have killed a guest during dinner time.
Oh.
At one point.
Oops.
Anyway, he was killed in 1541 by the O'Malloys.
Uh-oh.
And was succeeded by his sons Tej, William. This name is very confusing. Mulrundine and Uthane.
Okay.
So and the reason why I'm going through all of their names is because they all have like, I don't know, they all like kill each other, and their deaths are a little bit weird. They're not just like, oh, they just died from old age.
Okay.
So Tej was killed by his own kinsman,
Uh-oh.
a man named Charles O'Carroll, who was then killed by the O'Connors, which was another clan. And so Tej was succeeded by his son John, who was killed by his cousin Mulrooney, which was the son of Tej. Anyway, it's this whole thing. They're all killing each other.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Classic, like, medieval Ireland. Guess it's not quite medieval, it's like Renaissance.
Yeah. So then John, who was murdered by his cousin, was avenged by his brother Charles. But then Charles was killed in 1600 out of retaliation for killing 150 of his own men and some nobles who were like under his care.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He just like went on a rampage?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Anyway, then in 1649, the castle was handed over to Jonathan Darby, who was a soldier of the Cromwellian forces. And he was given the castle in lieu of pay for his part as a soldier.
Oh, okay.
So, but
kind of a vibe, I guess.
I don't really know how that happens, though, because the O'Carrolls have this castle, right? It's been passed down. They're all killing each other, but who cares? I guess they all just killed each other back then. And then somehow someone was just like, here, Jonathan Darby, you can have this castle, even though it's already taken.
I guess because they all died. All the people that were going to have it died.
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, so I guess there was a war, and then they took it from the O'Carrolls.
Okay.
In 1664, though, the castle was handed back to John O'Carroll. Also, these are all different Johns, just so you know.
Okay.
They're all cousins, brothers, nephews.
But they're all named John. Yeah. The Castle of Johns. Not this again.
Yeah. So, 1664, the castle was handed back to John O'Carroll due to his loyalty to Charles I, King Charles I. But this was then reversed in 1667 due to the differing views of Charles II. So Charles I really liked John O'Carroll, and then Charles II was like, fuck you, John. And then gave the castle back to Jonathan Darby. Different John.
Oh, God. Okay.
But that's kind of where it ends. So through the 1690s to the 1920s, the Darbys held the castle and it was passed down to sons or brothers. They didn't really kill each other or anything exciting, so I didn't list them all off. Most of them are named John. Also, very common name. And this ends with Jonathan Darby, who married a Gothic writer named Mildred in 1889.
Ooh,
and I bring Mildred
hot.
up. Yeah. I bring Mildred up because she's actually quite a big focus point in the research that I did. Like a lot of the information about the castle came from her.
Oh.
Yeah, because she
Makes sense. She was a writer.
Yeah, she was a writer, and she did like a lot of, I guess, publicity as well. Like she wrote in a lot of articles about the castle.
Wow.
Because it just became so well known.
And this was in what era?
So they got married in 1889.
Okay.
But Mildred lived until 1932.
Nice. Damn.
Yeah. So she was there for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they eventually like upgrade the castle to have like running water and windows and heat?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I assume.
I mean, there was heat because fireplaces.
Yeah.
But like, I meant electricity. Running
Yes.
water, electricity.
I believe yes.
Did old castles have glass? Or is glass is kind of a newer thing, right?
This one has glass.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been like in the 1300s because I think glass is like...
Well, it was built in the 1500s.
Oh, I see.
So I think they had glass then.
Can you quickly Google it? We're going to find out when glass was first made.
Okay. In the 1600s, glass panes were considered a luxury and were only installed in important rooms.
Okay. So they probably didn't have glass right away, but then they probably did get glass.
Yeah, it was definitely added.
Anyway, sorry, just kind of hyper-fixating on the glass windows in the castle.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want the original time, the Romans used glass for windows around 180.
Whoa. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Honestly, fair. Also, probably somewhere in Asia, they were like, glass, we did that like 1,000
Yeah,
years
so
ago.
they used... I was reading it. They used paper first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And so this castle, Leap Castle, was originally named Leap of the O'Brannons. And it was used as a stronghold for the O'Carroll clan to guard the pass through the Sleeve Bloom Mountains. And it's said that no castle was more fortified than Leap Castle.
Whoa. Okay.
In the early 1500s.
Go off.
And then, as you said, throughout the centuries, it's had to have been rebuilt and remodeled. And there's actually quite a bit of information about that. So in 1516, just about maybe 16 years after it was first constructed, Gerald Fitzgerald,
Classic name,
tried to siege the castle. And this was his second attempt, as he tried it in 1513 as well.
Oh.
During the 1516 siege, a cannon hit the southwest wall, destroying part of the main stairwell, though it was rebuilt shortly after.
Wow.
At some point in the early to mid 1500s, an overhanging corner turret was added for gun warfare.
Fancy.
In 1571, the priest's house was built, and it's dated to this exact year based off of the timber from an original fireplace in the priest's house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Gotta love carbon dating.
Yeah. In 1751, the tower house was remodeled and expanded by the Darbys. The entrance to the castle itself was changed, and a Gothic entrance door was added to the western wall, whereas the original entry was positioned in the south. The height of the floor was raised, and the ground floor entrance to the spiral staircase was blocked. During this time, identical wings were added as well to the north and south ends of the castle, and the priest's house was remodeled to match the Gothic style of the rest of the new areas. In 1896, the guard room in the southeast corner was uncovered, so they didn't know it was there, I guess. It was just hidden.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Okay.
It said that it was found upon the removal of lichen from the eastern wall when the small window from the room was noticed.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's really
They're like,
cool.
what's this room?
Damn.
It's just a whole blocked off area.
That's crazy.
In 1897, the ground floor entrance to the spiral staircase was discovered. Remember, they closed it off for some reason. I don't really know why. During the removal of the wall blocking the area, a skeleton was found.
Oh.
As excavation stopped and the remains were then cemented back into the wall.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
They didn't even give it a proper burial?
No.
Okay, that's bad luck. Bad luck, bad luck.
Yeah. And so all of this was done when the Darbys owned the castle, and they also were living in it during the time when in 1922 it was targeted for an uprising. It was burnt to a shell.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What? But isn't it like stone?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Okay.
Still burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inside.
I guess there's still
Like
a lot of wood.
and
yeah. Okay.
So then they rebuilt it, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Because the
then
stone is still there.
Yeah. In 1974 to 1989, the gatehouse was rebuilt and renovations of the upper floors began after the castle laid empty. So after the fire, they were just like...
They're like, well, we'll take that loss.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, bye. And so the castle was purchased by a man named Peter Bartlett, who began doing a lot of the new renovations. At some point in the 1990s, it was purchased by Sean and Anne Ryan, who still own it. And they've done a lot more rebuilding and renovating of the castle as well.
Cool.
So currently, the south wing is 75% completed.
Nice.
And like kitchens and bathrooms and sleeping quarters on the upper level are like all like renovated and nice. And a lot of flooring has been reconstructed as well.
That's so cool. Dude, I want to go to stay in a castle.
I know. I want to stay in a castle so bad. Let's make a GoFundMe for us to stay in a castle. And so, all this history, it's bound to have brought some spirits.
Yeah.
To Leap Castle, especially because it's so fucking old.
Yeah.
Like, really old.
Really old.
The castle is said to have been built on a druidic initiation site.
Damn.
So druids...
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. Druids are said to have known the area was dense in spiritual energy, as the castle sits over the crossing of two ley lines, where the veil between the physical and the spiritual realms is thinner.
Oh my god, I love that.
This allows spirits and entities to manifest more readily and easily, and positive and negative thoughts or emotions are stronger and more focused. Since the castle and the land it sits on has gone through centuries of suffering, negativity, and strong emotions, it's bound to draw spirits to it. Mildred Darby, as I mentioned before, she experienced a lot, and again, I'll mention her a lot throughout the rest of the episode just because she was very spiritually connected. Maybe it's because of her Gothic writing.
Yeah.
So,
or maybe her Gothic writing is because she's spiritually connected. She's kind of giving me like Mary Winchester vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, Mary, right? That was her name.
Was it?
Was it? Fuck.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm second guessing.
Now you're second guessing.
Let's go with it.
Okay.
Hi guys, Sarah here to say we were wrong. It's not Mary Winchester, it's Sarah Winchester. So anyway, back to the episode.
So Mildred Darby experienced, quote, noises like furniture being moved were frequently heard at night, and strangers staying with us have often asked why servants turned out the rooms underneath them at such an unusual hour. The front doorbell sometimes rang, and I have gone down, but found no one, end quote. She's also encountered a ghost girl. Quote, I was sleeping with my little girl. I woke and saw a girl with long, fair hair standing at the fireplace, one hand at her side, the other on the chimney piece. Thinking at first it was my little girl, I felt on the pillow to see if she were gone, but she was fast asleep.
Oh, God.
There was no fire or light of any kind in the room, end quote.
Interesting.
And that's just one of the apparitions that she's seen, because she's really gone through it.
Damn.
She really went through it at this castle.
Okay.
The current owner, Sean Ryan, has heard chanting coming from outside the castle and has heard his name being called when no one else is around.
Oh, yikes.
He's also had tools being moved into the corners of rooms when he's turned around. Sean's restoration effort came to a halt once when the ladder he was on was pushed away from the wall, forcing him to fall several stories and fracturing his knee.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
When he was well enough to resume work, another freak accident resulted in a broken ankle.
No.
Mm-hmm. Peter Gerard, who was also a previous owner at one point, he has a story in which his mother had been invited to spend the night at the castle for a dance when it was owned by the Darbys. And so she explained that she constantly felt as if something or someone was hovering over the end of her bed.
Ugh. I don't like that.
Another previous owner, Peter Bartlett, experienced a lot of poltergeist activity when conducting some renovations, but didn't provide any specific details. Likely because he thought either no one would believe him or he's too scared.
Yeah. That's the thing. Don't renovate. Don't renovate.
But they gotta. A little bit. Like, they gotta, like, refurbish it and make it modern.
I know.
Guess. Yeah. So, there's a lot of different ghosts. And we're going to start with the governess and the old man.
Oh, okay.
The governess is an apparition often seen in the hall with two little girls named Emily and Charlotte. Emily is thought to be around 11 and a half, and Charlotte is around to be 6 or 7. They are seen in the main hall and running up the stairwell. These girls are believed to have lived at the castle during the 1600s and are thought to be the last of the O'Carrolls or the first of the Darbys.
Oh.
So somewhere around that time. It's said that Emily died after falling from the southeastern battlements, and people outside the castle report seeing a little girl falling off of the roof and disappearing before hitting the ground.
Oh God, that sucks.
The sound of a child screaming suddenly cutting out has also been heard by the Ryans on multiple occasions.
Oh, she's just reliving her fall all the time.
Yeah, or she's running up the stairs. Like, she's running in the hall or down the stairs.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. The other little girl, Charlotte, has been seen with a deformed right leg that's kind of turned in on itself backwards. Probably like a club foot. And she's often seen running after Emily down the hall. They're just like chasing each other around.
Fun.
Guests report being touched or having someone brush past them in the main hall or the stairwell. And a friend of Sean Ryan was having lunch at the castle one day when he saw a proud lady in Victorian attire walk across the main hall. So that's the governess.
Oh, okay.
So she's probably just looking after Emily and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh.
In the afterlife.
That's really cute.
Mm-hmm. An old man is also seen by many people sitting by the fire in the main hall. Mildred Darby noted, quote, "There's a little old man with a green cutaway coat, knee breeches, and bright shoe buckles, holding a leather bag in his hand, sometimes seen with a little old woman with skinny hands, long black mitts, old-fashioned dress, and a big headdress. Whoa. Both are sometimes seen with an old man dressed like a priest, with an intensely cunning face.
Whoa.
The old man in the green coat tries to stop people," end quote.
Stop them from what?
I don't know. Going into the main hall.
Whoa, the costumes are so... The clothing is so cool.
Yeah, right?
Damn.
The priest's house is another spot for activity. Unfortunately, this area continues to be an empty shell from the 1922 burning of the castle. I guess they just haven't gone around to renovating it yet.
Right.
Shadow figures are often seen wandering through the empty building, and people have heard chanting coming from this area. And when it's acknowledged, like when people are like, "Oh, what is that?" it stops.
Ooh.
Mildred Darby claimed, quote, "There's something heavy that lies on people's beds and snores." and they feel the weight of a great body pressing against them.
Oh.
A burly man in rough clothes like a peasant is seen pushing a heavy barrel up the back stairs, and when at the top, the barrel rolls down and disappears, end quote.
Wow, there's a lot of ghosts happening.
Yeah.
Spirits and ghosts happening in this castle. Holy moly.
The next is the murder hole room.
Oh.
Also referred to as the muckle hole room. It may have been in the south wing, but I think it's actually in the chapel. So I don't know why there's confusion there. I'm pretty sure it's in the chapel. Anyway, the original entrance in the south tower still has a mechicolition, which is like holes in the top of the tower that face the ground where one could drop stones on top of attackers. So like you think like a top corner turret, right? Where you stand and guard.
With like the...
Yeah, and so in the bottom overhang, there's like these little like square holes so you could drop shit down there and kill people.
What? That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, and so...
Don't know why it's so funny to me, but I know it's not actually funny, but just gives me very like Monty Python Holy Grail vibes.
Yeah. So technically a murder hole in the traditional sense may have been this. So people are like, that's the murder hole room.
I see.
But I don't think that's what it is.
So it's also not really a room if it's like outside.
I know.
Okay.
So some people think that's what it is in the south wing. Other people think it's in the northern wing of the castle. So the northern rooms are located under the oubliette, which is the dungeon or basement, which could have been referred to as a murder hole. I think this is also where the chapel is, and I'll get into the chapel a little bit later. Mildred Darby recalled once, quote, and I think this is in the northern wing, quote, I put my hand out of bed, snapping my fingers to call her Nell, which was her terrier, her dog. My hand was suddenly in the grasp of another hand, a soft, cool hand at a temperature perceptibly below my own flesh. To say I was astonished would be but mildly convey my feelings. After a few seconds of steady pressure, the other hand let go, and almost simultaneously I heard a heavy, sliding fall, like the collapse of a large body at the foot of the bed.
Whoa.
Then, in the absolute stillness of the room, there sounded a deep human groan, and some hard articulated words, or to be accurate, prayers, end quote.
Whoa. So she like witnessed someone, a ghost dying.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She also said, quote, people have complained before. In fact, we don't generally put anyone there now. The room is called the muckle or murder hole room. And the story goes that the stain on the floor is the blood of a man stabbed there by his brother. 2 O'Carrolls quarreled over the ownership of the castle. The room has been disused for 50 years or more when we did it up. The stain has been planed off the board several times, but it always comes again. Creeps up from below in a few hours, end quote.
I've heard that with other wooden things that have blood on them.
Yeah.
Like that it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
I guess because it oxidizes. Because it's like in the wood. You think that you're getting rid of it, but it oxidizes again. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that also could be the murder hole room. But I think it's in the chapel. I don't think it's...
Well, what happens in the chapel?
Well, I'll go there now.
Okay.
Anyway, since we're talking about it. It's called the Bloody Chapel.
Oh.
People have reported seeing a bright light coming out from the upper windows and random rubber smells coming from here.
Okay.
Legend has it that in 1532, a power struggle surfaced within the O'Carroll family after Mulrooney O'Carroll died, as 2 brothers were fighting to reside at the castle again. Like I just said. It's believed that the priest at the time had started mass one day before the arrival of one of the O'Carroll brothers, which was considered to be a really big insult. The angry brother flew into a rage and killed his brother there in the chapel.
Holy.
It's said that the priest has been seen on many occasions lurking on the stairs or even leaving the chapel. The oblate, which I mentioned before, was located in the northeastern corner of the Bloody Chapel, originally thought to be used as a storage area for valuables or a hiding place during a siege. The O'Carrolls modified it as a small dungeon.
Oh God.
The entrance to this area is a narrow hole in the ground, originally fitted with a trap door.
Oh, and that's where they throw the dead bodies.
Once someone was thrown down there, they were forgotten about, which is fitting for the name oblate, which translates to, quote, to forget, end quote, in French.
Oh my gosh.
During the time of the Darbies, the oblate was cleaned out.
So what? Sorry, an oblate is like just a small room.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. But this one has a trapdoor in it.
No, like the door leads to the room.
But then the room has a trapdoor, you said, where they put people in.
No.
Like on the floor? Or
yeah.
no?
I guess.
Is it like a room? So say you have the chapel and then there's like the room, like a door, a walking door that leads into the room. And then in the room, is there another trapdoor on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
There's
that's what
hole,
I'm picturing.
It's not really a trapdoor, it's just a hole in the floor.
Yes, okay.
And that room is the oblate.
Oh, the room.
The dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
During the time of the Darbies, the oblate was cleaned out, and it said that 3 cartloads of skeletons were removed. Many people believe this awakened the spirits of Leap Castle.
Yeah.
And Sean Ryan has mentioned that there's a spirit of a man who lives in the oblate who will sometimes leave the Bloody Chapel and wander to the lower levels of the castle.
Love it. He's like, well, I'm a spirit. I can leave now.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Seeking vengeance.
There's also a spirit called the Murdered Woman, who is a woman who has been seen and heard since the time of the Darbies resided in the castle. And she's believed to be the victim of an O'Carroll family member. She's described as a woman with few clothes and a red cloth over her face. She usually screams twice and then just disappears.
Whoa.
And I don't know if this is also the same as the Red Lady, because there's a spirit known as the Red Lady. But the Red Lady is a tall woman often seen in a red dress. She's usually seen carrying a dagger, raised above her head.
Oh my God.
People who have encountered her recall a cold air filling the room and permeating into their body. It's suspected that she was captured by an O'Carroll and raped, resulting in a child that was then killed by the O'Carrolls.
Oh my God.
The woman is said to have killed herself as a result. A guest of the Darbies noted, quote, "On the 31st of October, I went to my bedroom about 11 p.m. During the night, the time was 12:45 a.m., as I subsequently saw by my watch. I felt that I was awakened by somebody in my room. It was pitch dark, and at first I could see nothing. I was wide awake with an extraordinary cold feeling at my heart that rapidly increased in intensity.
Whoa.
Almost immediately, I felt, as much as I saw, that there was a tall figure in the middle of the room. My first impression was that O'Connell himself was there, as no other member of the household would correspond to the height. 'What is it?' I asked. There was no answer, but now I could see, dimly at first and with increasing distinctness, that the tall figure was clothed from head to toe in red, and with its right hand raised menacingly in the air.
Oh my God.
To my utter astonishment, I could see that the light which illuminated the figure was from within, having very much the effect of the dark lantern used in a photographer's room. As the figure advanced towards me, the light increased, and I could see distinctly that the form was that of a very tall woman holding some sort of weapon, knife or dagger, in her hand. 'What is it?' I asked again, adding, 'Who is it?' and then hurriedly struck a match and lit my candle. As the flame of the match and candle illuminated the room, I looked around. The room was empty, end quote.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that crazy?
Yeah. Wait, so did the woman, she killed her own child, or she was
No.
getting revenge on someone else?
No, the O'Carrolls killed her child because they didn't want it.
But then why is the woman seen carrying a dagger?
She killed herself.
Oh. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes is right. And then lastly, there is an elemental spirit
Oh.
that is known to be around Leap Castle.
Spooky.
And for those who don't know, elementals are mythical supernatural beings found in occult and alchemical works from the European Renaissance and in the 16th century works of Paracelsus, who was a Swiss alchemist. According to him, there are 4 categories of elementals: gnomes, undines, sylphs, and salamanders, which correspond to each water, air, earth, water, air, and fire. Like the Avatar.
Yeah, that's right.
Elementals can also show themselves as demons or spirits not from this world, but they're still obviously either like air, water, earth. Many theories about the elemental in Leap Castle kind of circulate, but no one's really sure what it is, what kind of elemental it is, or where it came from. One theory is that it was put there by the Druids before the castle was built to protect the sacred site used for initiations and magic.
Oh, I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just a peaceful elemental and then it got pissed off when the castle was built. You know?
Yeah.
Another theory is that it was placed there from an invading force to burn the castle from the inside. So it's thought that Gerald Fitzgerald, who I mentioned earlier, who attempted to overtake the castle, it's thought that he put the elemental there to try to
Ooh.
burn the castle down.
Damn.
He was said to be a known magic practitioner.
Ooh, okay.
So he dabbled in the occult as well. Local myths tell that the elemental is the spirit of an ancient O'Carroll who died in the castle from leprosy. But who knows?
Damn.
That's
Okay.
kind of the last theory.
Wow.
Yeah. Although this is said to be, like, people think it's an O'Carroll who died from leprosy because the elemental has decomposing facial features and a really bad smell that accompanies the presence.
Where is it seen? Just like around the castle?
Just around.
Okay.
Mildred Darby was also said to have been dabbling in the occult, such as seances and automatic writing.
Yeah, sounds like she would.
Yeah, right. So a lot of people think she's the one who woke the elemental, but who really knows? She had a lot of experiences with the elemental, though, and I couldn't, like, there were so many. There's a lot going on here. But in one of them, she explains in an article that 2 hands grabbed her shoulders from behind her.
Oh, God.
And when she turned around, she saw a thing that was human in shape with black holes where eyes should be.
Ugh.
And its skin was bluish gray and kind of like opaque.
Oh, God.
She described it as
What?
having...
That's kind of like an alien.
Yeah.
Wait, what if aliens are just elementals? Breaking news. You heard it here first, folks.
She described it as having loosely hand-shaped paws with claw-like fingers, and it emitted an awful smell.
Ugh.
And some people believe that it has the ability to alter the atmospheric pressure of the room it's in, usually lowering it, which causes heart palpitations, nausea, vomiting, sweating or chills, and dizziness,
Wow.
which are often experienced around elementals or other spirits. So yeah, that's the elemental. Except there's like so many more stories about the elemental, and all of this information I got from the Leap Castle's website, leapcastle.net. Yeah, so thank you, Leap Castle, for that.
Wow. It looks so big and spooky. It's very castle-y.
Yeah. I'll put in another story about the elemental, and this was a letter in response to an article about the castle, and this was from someone who stayed at the castle once. And they said, quote, "I saw your eyes fixed upon something above our heads, and the next minute my own eyes were filled by the sight of a thing in the gallery looking down at us. There was plenty of light from the lamps in the hall, and the one above on the wall at the corner of the gallery, for every one of us to see quite plainly the gray-colored figure about the height of a small grown-up person looking down at us. I wish I thought I could ever forget the sight of that gray figure with dark spots like holes in its head instead of eyes, staring with great arms folded on the gallery railing looking down at us.
Oh, God.
Then, just as he put foot on the gallery, the thing that he saw there that we were watching suddenly faded out of sight. The thing did not move, only became less and less visible until it vanished." End quote.
Whoa.
Yeah. And there's like...
Damn, that's 2 accounts of like the same... From 2 different people?
Yeah.
Oh
From
my
2 different
gosh.
people. Yeah. And then there's a couple others. There's one from this guy who went to Leap Castle in 2002 for a local TV show network. And he sensed something like following them and watching them. And the audio wasn't working.
Oh.
For like
Weird.
their show. And
Classic.
so... Yeah. And he felt very weak and tired. And like he had to like leave, but he couldn't.
Oh, no. Oh,
So it's
that's
very scary.
weird.
Like the elemental is no joke in Leap Castle.
Yeah.
Don't mess with it if you go there.
No.
But anyway, that is my story on Leap Castle. Go watch Sam and Colby's video because they probably did a better job explaining it than me.
No, it's just different.
Yeah.
They're investigating. We're just sharing.
Also, maybe go watch the Ghost Adventures episode because now I kind of want to watch it.
Me too.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Leap Castle, crazy.
Yeah. A lot of ghost stuff going on. A lot of murders. A lot of death in this castle.
I want to go to a castle.
Okay.
Europe
let's
trip.
go.
Europe tour.
Castle tour.
Castle tour. Well, thank you.
Thank you for listening.
And yeah, thanks for listening. And what?
And what? We'll see you guys next time.
Don't disrupt any elementals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye. If you have any questions, comments, or corrections, or have your own stories, you can email us at ghoulsocietypod@gmail.com. You can also follow us or DM us on Instagram at ghoulsocietypod. You can find all of the episode's trigger warnings and descriptions in the episode show notes. And bye.
And the resources.
Oh, and the resources are also in the show notes. Duh. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay.